Entrepreneurial journey is tough and you are bound to fall down. But what matters is the fact that you are willing to get up and move towards your goal. Analyzing your mistakes and learning from the failures is what makes the difference. In this episode, we're in conversation with an entrepreneur who is epitome of it. Introducing Amok Tiwari, the founder of Talkie Team. He is surely going to teach you a lot through this conversation. So let's listen to him and learn from his strategies. Welcome Amok, welcome to the VC Stories. This is our founder's interview episode. VC Stories, at the VC Stories, we foster entrepreneurship and we are trying to bridge the gap between the knowledge that aspiring entrepreneurs need and the established entrepreneurs already have. So you're one of the guests for that and we welcome you on board. So before we start with the interview, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself and your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a product designer profession. I started my entrepreneurial journey back in 2014. I was studying in NIFT, and in second year of the college, I took a drop. And from that was the moment I decided that I have to solve real life problems, because while I was in college, we were taught solving problems with the help of design, because design is all about solving problem with the revolving around users, user experience, and user interface. So that, but I pretty lagged the technology side, and I saw that there has to be someone who can complement me in that journey. But when that journey started, often I had to start that alone. I started that alone, and took a huge plunge in founding co-founders and trying businesses with multiple people, shutting them down, failing, learning in operations, and here I am today building something which is solving a key problem which we were facing itself while COVID started.
So Talkie complements the idea of the remote working that COVID brought to us. How do you think that lockdown shaped this idea and how did you establish the proof of concept?
Yeah, so we were a remote team when lockdown started. Like we started working, so we were not working on Talkie. Earlier, we were working on Decibel, and we were a remote team from day one. Me individually, I never had an office. I don't know how working in office looks like. So we started on March 2020, and 3 days after Modi ji announced lockdown in India, and that was the moment of truth that I have to work remotely, sitting at my home, and I had zero clue, zero idea that how will I manage my team, what tools I will use to communicate, what tools I will use to collaborate, and that was the time I came to know about Slack. That was pretty shocking for me as well, that I was not aware about such a fantastic product out there. But I came to know about Slack. I came to know about many other fantastic SaaS platforms who are helping collaboration easy, communication easy, and we started working remotely. And when more than 8 months, 9 months, they passed by, and we were a team of 14, 15 people, and we were having huge struggle in communication. Like we were done with Google Meet and stuff. Or we realized that we cannot schedule 10 meeting links, 12 meeting links throughout the day, because we required that kind of communication. Because as an early stage startup, you communicate a lot, and if you're working remotely, then you cannot build products while texting only, right? You need lots of communication going on to and fro with design team, with product team, with marketing team. So that's where me and Ujjwal started to understand the problem, and we thought that let's build a small tool for ourselves. So the idea for Talkie was to we just wanted to build it something, a small simpler tool for ourselves, so that we can communicate easily inside our team. Then by chance we started sharing the product with other users, with our friends and family members who were working remotely, who were part of some company and team, and got really amazing feedback. And we realized that this is a problem which is not just faced by us; it is faced by across the globe. And I started digging deeper, and I realized that remote work is something which has become a very big issue, and communication in while working remote has become one of the major issues. People started to have reporting about the Zoom fatigue, even Slack fatigue as well. So and that was the key turning point where when we decided that we have to pivot from Decibel to Talkie, and we did that in December 2020, and in January 21 we started building a prototype, first version of the product. We already had POC, a kind of proof of concept, you can say, because we knew that we are solving a problem, and to go with that, we validated uh, with users and lots of users. They did not saw the product. We we did not show them what we are building or what ideas we have. We just simply asked that, do you actually face this problem, or do you or are you comfortable what you're doing currently right now? So are you comfortable doing 10 Zoom meetings or 10 Google meetings throughout the day with your colleagues? Or you are adjusting that with just texting or sending voice messages or just dropping a simple call. So that was the first validation point we got for starting off.
Okay, so Talkie initially started under Decibel,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So
Can you tell us?
yes,
Can you tell us a little about Decibel as well, and what happened that you decided to drop that and pick this up as a full-time project?
that's an interesting question. So Decibel was a voice-based social networking platform. So when there was no buzz of Clubhouse in India, that was the time when we launched Decibel in August 2020. And at that time, uh, audio in India was just known in the form of podcast, nothing else. And I believe half of the country still knows in that manner. We for us, we have been working in voice tech space for more than 1.5 years, and we love voice tech space. We call ourselves voice evangelist. So Decibel was something uh, which was evolving in a very different manner, and we realized that as a founder, I realized that it required a decent amount of capital to pull this off, right? Because we were making a category, and at that moment we were bootstrapping, completely bootstrapping, and we lacked relevant funds to pull the product off in terms of design and engineering side, because building a solution in audio space is not about technology, it's more about user experience, how user is experiencing the product, how user is using the product. And we were not going the Clubhouse route, we were going the asynchronous route, which we still follow in Talkie. So the fundamentals are same, the space is different, the target market is different, the user base is different.
Okay. So prior to Talkie, you've had multiple ventures, and you just mentioned that they failed. And so,
Yeah.
what would be the points that you'd like to do different if given a choice?
I love chai. I have been a tea lover. I still drink tea for like 7, 8 cups a day. So, so I was really inspired by the way Chai Point pulled this business off in India, bringing, taking a commodity which is sold on streets and making it look like an American. So that was a really interesting take taken by a brilliant founder, Amulik Singh Bajaj. And I thought I should pull that off, and but targeted to a very different segment where it is more reachable to middle class people who aspire to drink chai in cafes rather than street side kiosk. And I started with a small kiosk with some 10 7,000 bucks, and that kiosk was also designed by me, like made by me. So I became a half carpenter, you can say. And then I scaled it up to 3 retail stores in Lucknow. I belong from Lucknow, and but eventually we had to shut down because due to some personal reasons at the same time, and also we were unable to manage the operations because then that was the moment I realized the importance of managing operations and cost cutting in a startup, how to run lean. So my learning for running a lean startup did not came from a book. It came from shutting down T Vibe, how to be at completely zero in terms of operation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you try and gather network when you were in that venture? And did you build a network of mentors then?
Yeah, I did. I still have those mentors till date with me, and I was very selective choosing those mentors because a right mentor is someone who is just not like a mentor; he is more like a friend. And today, I have two, three mentors where I proudly say their name. One is Kumar Ranjan, the second is Rahul Bharadwaj. He's co-founder of Jungly Games and the 100x VC team, whom we joined recently. So these people have been very instrumental in changing the perspective of founders because uh, while we dive into this journey of entrepreneurship, and if you don't come up from, especially me, if I don't come from prior business background or prior startup experience, we tend to do lots of things which are not required to do, or you could say lots of mistakes. So these people came up with those experiences. They understand the industry. They have done those mistakes. They have seen those failures. They've scaled their businesses, made big businesses. So that was like key deciding factor to call them as a mentor. They still don't call them as a mentor, but yeah, I call them as a.
So, what are the characteristics that a young entrepreneur should look in while selecting the mentors?
This is the first thing you should do before even starting startup, right? Uh, the characteristics, the first characteristics I would say is the risk taking appetite. I guess this is the differentiating factor between with anyone or anything. And if someone tells you not to take risk, um, then I don't know, because as an entrepreneur, there is no such thing as 50-50. Risk is always, and there is no educated risk. It does not exist fundamentally. The risk will be something which where you don't know the outcome, and you are going all in. And someone who advises you to be not to get emotional with your idea. It is really good to get emotional with your idea, but at the same time, keeping an open eye when to switch, when to not switch, because in the end, you are a different individual, and company is a different individual. So you have to whatever you do or you decide, it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the vision, and it's for the benefit of the company. So enterprise is bigger than that is the key learning. And if you get that learning from individuals, and if they have built those enterprises, taking hard decisions, they are the people you should go after.
So, you just mentioned that moving on is very important. So,
Yes, absolutely.
how and when does an entrepreneur seek that this is the point कि अब ये नहीं चलेगा, अब मुझे आगे बढ़ना है, मुझे नया सोचना है, क्योंकि being an entrepreneur, you are very obsessed with your idea, you're in awe of it, and it's very difficult to come out of that awe. So how did
Hmm.
you do it, and how do aspiring entrepreneurs who are building an idea, are obsessed with an idea, should do it if it does not work out?
So I will tell you something the things which I learned really hard. So I started working on a product which was completely different out of this one. It was not something which was scalable. These terminology terminologies they did not follow there. So I used to make products out of waste. I still love upcycling, and I love creating products out of waste, home decor, and whatever I can make, free them. So at that moment, I used to only see the product and the solution. But moving ahead, I realized there are many verticals to the product and business as well. There are capital, there is finances, there is growth, there is technology, and how many and there is scalability. And if you know, and if you can see that you cannot make 10 to 10,000 and 10,000 to 10 lakh, then you better switch very early on, because then it will become really hard for you to like scale
Keep
the
going with
product.
it.
Yeah, because the mindset itself is not scalable. So before scaling the product, our mindset has to be really scalable. So yeah, that is something which I realized later on, that that everything has to be considered according to the benefit of the product, and not getting me attached with the product and seeing how it will grow. And if I see that I, being me as a founder, I am not able to bring the resources, capital, and scalability which is required for that product to go up, then I move into different direction where I can bring that.
And the modern startups that are coming now, they are not just based on the idea or the product. There are a lot of aspects to it. You talk about strategies, marketing,
Yeah.
finances, investors. So we cannot really depend on that one particular product. So that's a very good advice that you've given to the listeners.
Yeah.
Moving on, you've been in the ecosystem for like 9 years now. So,
Yeah.
what are the loopholes that you have observed that need immediate attention?
Uh, uh, I won't say any loopholes because uh, it's still evolving, and India is still trying to make its own Silicon Valley. But and it's a vice versa game. Investors exist because startups exist, and startups exist because investors exist in some way or another. It's a vicious cycle. Uh, Indian entrepreneurs have very high risk-taking appetite, and that I can confidently say. That is something which equally goes for Indian investors as well, where the risk-taking appetite has to be 10 times higher, which we often see in West, and which I feel, if done right and focused on tier 2 and tier 3 city founders, for people, for talented kids who are who are someone who are not getting network, they are not getting attention. What they have is one platform, one idea, no mentors, no culture built around their city. And these are the people, these are the individuals who, if given right support at the right time, and especially monetary support at the right time, because often they belong to middle class families or lower middle class, and if you and for them it is hard to sustain their bread and butter, and at the same time they are passionate enough to pursue their idea, pursue their vision, but they have to kill them. Why? Because they have to run their bread and butter itself. So 70 to 80% startups are not started in India because we are worried about where my next month's salary will come from. So if this problem is solved early on, I guess we will see most brilliant and fantastic innovations ever done out there in the world.
That is true because tier 3 cities do not really have that much education resources of the entrepreneurship. उनके लिए अभी भी it's the shop system जो business रहता है. बड़े
Exactly.
ideas होते हैं but वही convert नहीं हो पाते.
Exactly. And उनके साथ बहुत अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि मैं खुद टायर 2 सिटी से आता हूँ, मैं खुद लखनऊ से आता हूँ, और बहुत ही हम्बल फैमिली से बिलोंग करता हूँ. सो बहुत लकी हूँ मैं, जो मतलब मेरे पेरेंट्स ने बहुत सपोर्ट किया मेरी रिस्क टेकिंग एपेटाइट को बढ़ाने में, और उन्होंने कभी ये नहीं कहा कि मुझे पैसे ला के दो या हर महीने इतनी सैलरी चाहिए। सो ये फिक्र नहीं रही। बट मैं समझता हूँ ये सबके साथ, ये हर किसी के साथ नहीं है। और ऐसे में 21-22 साल 23 साल के लड़के अपने सपने मार देते हैं,
हम्म,
और वो नहीं होना चाहिए। क्योंकि बिजनेस शुरू करने के लिए, आइडिया पे थोड़ा पैसा लगाने के लिए 5 लाख 10 लाख 15 लाख का रिस्क लेने वाला कोई। सो और ये हर दिन होता है, और इसके बारे में कोई बोलता नहीं है, इसके बारे में कोई डिस्कशन नहीं करता है। एंड ऐसे कितने ब्रिलियंट आइडियाज रोज मर जाते हैं जिनके बारे में हमें मालूम
this is something that needs to be cured
नहीं।
very
या ट्रू।
quickly.
Yeah, it does. And I
So
believe founders like us will for sure turn into this area, and that, that's my vision, I would say. That's how I want to retire.
that's amazing. So how has your experience with investors been so far? Angel investors and VCs combined.
So that's a very interesting question, and I have to be really cautious what I say from here after. But I will be really honest. It has been really amazing, and the learning curve has been really fantastic. While we became part of 100x VC, they have been amazing, amazing. They have been given amazing support to us. They have been uh, pretty amazing. But if I go previously, uh, that's where the problem statement which I shared with you. जहाँ पे मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें टायर 2 टायर 3 सिटीज के फाउंडर को पैरामीटर्स बहुत शो करने अपने प्रोडक्ट एंड आइडिया को प्रूव करने के लिए। जस्ट नॉट आइडिया, वो ट्रैक्शन के साथ साथ बहुत कुछ लेके आना चाहिए, तब जाकर के कोई 50 लाख 1 करोड़ रुपए आप में डालेगा, जो कि टीम, गुड ट्रैक्शन, स्केलेबिलिटी, डिसेंट बिजनेस मॉडल, गो टू मार्केट कितना अच्छे से सॉर्टेड है, एंड ये सारी चीजें होना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। एंड इन्वेस्टर अगर ये सारी चीजें मानते हैं तो ये उनका परम सिद्ध अधिकार है, क्योंकि वो आपको जानते नहीं, राइट? वो आपको पहचानते नहीं, एंड उनके लिए आपको ये कुछ ऐसे मेट्रिक्स हैं जो जानने का तरीका बनाती है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपने उन्हें शो किया होता है कि हाँ, अब वो उनका 50 लाख या 1 करोड़ रुपए आपके पास आएगा, तब उसको आप 10 करोड़ बना पाओगे रेवेन्यू में या सेल्स में या यूजर बेस में आप ग्रो कर पाओगे, क्योंकि आपने खुद के 50,000 1 लाख से 5 लाख तक पहुंचे। सो ये कुछ ऐसे की मेट्रिक्स हैं जो मैंने while pitching to investors, like I would say, I don't remember, I guess it's more than 200 300, right? And continuously getting habitual to rejection, ending the meetings with smile, and these things are part of your life. It's just like जैसे आप आईएएस के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हो तो सुबह मॉर्निंग में उठ करके आपको अखबार पढ़ना जरूरी है, उसको आपको अपनी आदत बनानी है, तब उसको आपको अपना हैबिट एंड एटीट्यूड बनाना। उसी तरीके से इन्वेस्टर से बात करना, उनसे रिलेशन बिल्डअप करना, उनके की पर्सपेक्टिव्स को समझना, और खास करके जिस डोमेन में आप हैं उस डोमेन के इन्वेस्टर्स के साथ रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड करना है, उनसे बात करना, पर्सपेक्टिव बनाना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। वो पैसा नहीं दे के जाएंगे, अगर पैसा नहीं भी देते हैं, मगर इतनी वैल्यूएबल एंड की इंसाइट्स दे जाएंगे आपको बिजनेस में, जो कि आप सोच भी नहीं सकते। सो ये करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एंड रिजेक्शंस, पैसे नहीं मिल रहे हैं, पैसा पैसा सोच करके मत जाओ आप, लाइक दे आर ह्यूमन, दे आर नॉट रोबोट्स, राइट? उनके पास पैसे पेड़ से नहीं आते, and they have worked hard itself. They have taken wrong decisions, right decisions in life, and they want to take one more right decision with you. So you have to just prove them right that you are taking that right decision. That's it.
तो एक पॉइंट पे आके मोटिवेशन कभी लो नहीं हुआ कि छोड़ो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, नौकरी कर लेते हैं, या फिर अगर मतलब अभी you have Talkie and it's funded
Yeah.
and it's going pretty well. So वो motivation कहाँ से आता है कि you just have to push yourself and keep going, that it's going to work out someday.
That's like you asked me to explain my whole life journey in just one single line. That's a really tough question, but uh, ये मोटिवेशन नहीं है, मतलब दिस इज नॉट मोटिवेशन. एंड जैसे हमें डेली नहाना जरूरी है, शरीर गंदा हो जाएगा, उसी तरीके से दिमाग के लिए भी मोटिवेशन जरूरी है, वरना दिमाग गंदा हो. सो ये हमारे अंदर आता नहीं, बस हम ढूंढ के रखते हैं, अपने आप को सराउंड करके रखते हैं ऐसे लोगों के साथ, ऐसे लोगों को देखते हुए कि दिमाग गंदा ना होने पाए, या हम भटके ना, हम जो करना चाह रहे हैं उसमें और लगे रहे. एंड persistence is something which has no substitute, मतलब उसका कोई सब्स्टिट्यूट है ही नहीं. मतलब आप कहीं से भी आ, अगर आप परसिस्टेंट हो एंड आप ये जो जील होती है कि नहीं एक और बार ट्राई करते हैं, नहीं एक और बार ट्राई करते हैं, यही तो है रिस्क टेकिंग एपेटाइट, वरना और क्या. इसके अलावा और आप क्या रिस्क लो. रिस्क, so that is the biggest risk you can take with your time. And you invest your time, your emotions in one business, it fails, then you invest your time and emotions in another business, it fails, then you invest your time and emotion in another business, and it fails again. And what are you doing? You are persistent, you are taking risk. And वहां पे पता चलता है कि हमारी रिस्क टेकिंग एपेटाइट कितनी है, लंबी रेस के घोड़े हैं या छोटी रेस के घोड़े. Yeah.
That is true. That is completely true.
Yeah.
Moving on, you have a co-founder at Talkie, and he was not just co-founder at Talkie, he was with you in the previous venture as well. So how important is it to have a co-founder, and what are the key characteristics that an aspiring entrepreneur should look in his co-founder?
Forget about skills. Yeah, I won't say forget about skills, they are really important, but finding a co-founder is like a marriage, right? बननी चाहिए आपकी, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट. अगर बनती है तो सब बन जाएगा, अगर नहीं बनती है तो कुछ नहीं बनेगा, क्योंकि आगे जाकर के पैसा बीच में आएगा, इश्यूज आएंगे, आइडियाज क्लैश होंगे. सो जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. एक दूसरे की रिस्पेक्ट करना, एक दूसरे के थॉट्स एंड आइडियाज की रिस्पेक्ट करना, एंड सेम पैशन एंड जील एंड रिस्क टेकिंग बिल्डअप करना. किसी के अंदर ज्यादा होगी, किसी के अंदर कम होगी, राइट? सो वो एक दूसरे का काम है, सिर्फ स्किल्स एंड बिजनेस में ही ना कॉम्प्लीमेंट करें, बट एज एन इंडिविजुअल, एज अ पर्सनैलिटी भी एक दूसरे को कॉम्प्लीमेंट करना बहुत जरूरी है. सो विद उज्ज्वल आई हैव बीन really lucky. Our story is a little different. So while I was working on Decibel, Ujjwal joined me as an intern, and he was working. So at that time, uh, uh, I was like just working around the product and making things up, and Ujjwal was working with me closely. So after 8-9 months, whole team shrunk to 2. जस्ट हम और उज्ज्वल ही बचे थे. एंड उस 8 महीने में उज्ज्वल अगर रात में जब सो रहे हैं तो जो काम मुझे चाहिए उसके लिए वो 4 बजे तक जगा हुआ है. सो आई डिड नॉट सॉ द कैप. तब वहां पे मैंने देखा कि ये डेवलपमेंट, ये प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट और ये टेक्निकल साइड की जील नहीं है, ये कुछ बनाने की जील, राइट? एंड अगर आपको ये दिखती है अपने दोस्त में या किसी में भी, तो ही इज द गाय टू गो विद, क्योंकि यही है वो इंसान जो आपके साथ फिर से 4 बजे बैठेगा जब जरूरत होगी. और अगर आप ऐसा इंसान नहीं ढूंढते हो तो फिर आप अकेले हो. एंड फिर ऐसे को फाउंडर का कोई मतलब नहीं है जब जिसके होते हुए भी आप अकेला महसूस करें. तो दैट डज नॉट मेक सेंस. इट वोंट गो रियली लॉन्ग.
You recently got seeded by 100x VC, and congratulations on that.
Thank you, sir.
Because you're one of the 11 startups who got seeded in the ideation phase.
Yes,
So how does near future looks like for Talkie after the investment?
It looks amazing. We are working on the product, revamping the design. We took lots of user feedback. We understood what is the key pain point problem we are trying to solve. Little deeper, we understood whom we are solving for. How does the market space looks like? Where is the future of work going ahead? Which is for sure it is remote and hybrid. So this funding helps us shape our ideas in more refined manner and bring out the most brilliant product out there in the market.
So, before leaving, is there any parting advice for the young entrepreneurs listening to you? Any message you'd want to give to them?
The message I would love to share is don't watch too many motivational quotes or startup advices stuff, or don't even listen to it, right? Go on your own journey. Just make sure you are a horse who is made for a longer run, and you will fail 10 times, 100 times, and that's okay. People will doubt you. You won't have any girlfriend. You won't have any life. There is no clubbing. There is no party. You can do that, but it completely it's a different atmosphere. So I personally believe startup founders are a very different breed of human being. They see things differently, they feel things differently, and they work on things really differently, which goes above beyond common people, right? And if you are one of them, then don't quit. Persistence is the solution for it. There is no substitute for that. One day you will make it. It can be a small idea. Like दो बड़े businesses नहीं चले तो छोटा सा tool बना करके चला कोशिश करो, क्या पता वो चल जाए. Who knows? But करना बहुत important. Craft को master बहुत important.
It was really nice having you on the show, and the insights that you have given to us are like uncomparable to what people generally go through. It's the basic life experience. मतलब ये 30 मिनट के अंदर एक proper entrepreneurship की पूरी journey समेट के रखी है आपने.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So we actually look forward to you. We'll connect with you soon on that, and we'll be in touch with you. So any help or collaboration you need from the VC Stories, we're always there. And we'll catch up on your journey and Talkie's journey soon in a few months.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Yeah.